How much life insurance should you buy? Well, that depends. Is your home paid off? How much debt do you have? Could your spouse live roughly the same lifestyle without your income? For how long? How old are your children? Do you want to make sure there is money for college for them if something happens to you? In general terms, the rule of thumb for those under age 60 is getting coverage for 10 to 20 times your annual income. So, if you earn $50,000 a year, you might want to consider buying a policy of $500,000 to $1 million. Now that may sound like a lot of money to you, but keeping a young family living the way they do today, you may find you need much more protection than you think. And quite frankly, term protection is pretty inexpensive for most people. Now, of course, if your kids are finished with college or your mortgage is nearly paid off, you might not need that much protection. Or maybe you have plenty of assets or are near retirement and replacing all your income isn't necessary. So you might decide on a smaller amount of coverage. Keep in mind that if your income is going to substantially rise over the next 5 years, you might want to factor that into deciding how much term insurance to get. But don't go overboard and get more than you can easily afford. Hopefully your health will stay good enough to buy more protection as your income grows. But as a practicing financial planner, one of the most frequent mistakes I see on a monthly basis is that people are woefully underinsured. And if one of the spouses dies, the remaining family members will be in a big mess. And it's even worse if there's only one parent to begin with and they pass away leaving young children. You certainly don't want to put your family in that position. I've never ever delivered a death claim check from a life insurance policy to a widow or other beneficiary who thought the amount was too big. Having said that, there is no reason to buy more coverage than you need, as you're probably going to live a long time. And by the way, many people make the mistake of subtracting the amount of term insurance they have through their job from the guideline of buying 10 to 20 times your income. The reason why this could be a mistake is that you generally cannot take your group term policy with you if you leave your job, and that would leave your family vulnerable if you got hit by a bus. You should also know about banding. Many term insurance companies give you a better deal the more you buy. So if you're thinking about $450,000 of insurance, many companies offer a cheaper rate per thousand at policies for $500,000 or more. So you'll often get more value for your money if you get a policy for $500,000 instead of the original $450,000 you were thinking about. You can play with the different numbers on the form below. I find that with most companies that do banding, the bands are usually at $250,000, $500,000, and $1 million. Again, you can ask me or any of my associates for help and advice in choosing the right amount of protection. That's what we're here for, and this personal service doesn't cost you anything.